M. Suggested for mature audiences. Parental discretion advised.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Zen with Ben, man, where Easter wisdom meets Southern kick-ass. I'm your host, Ben Zeppelin, and I'm a spiritual rebel, badass mystic, and my drive is to help you transform your everyday life into extraordinary experiences, man. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and you hit that little bell icon, man. When you click it, it does some really cool stuff. You should try it. Just click it. Watch what happens. You'll be surprised. Anyways, so today I want to discuss loneliness, man. I mean, loneliness has become a pandemic of our modern lifetime, dudes. And it's a fact that, it's a sad fact, but you know what? I'm going to help address it, man. So if you are feeling lonely, you're not alone. That's the first thing you have to realize. You aren't alone. But let's dive right in, all right? Now, before we can start understanding how to deal with loneliness, we got to understand what loneliness is, man. So it's all about making that clear distinction, being alone and feeling lonely. Solitude, it's good for everyone. It allows you to recharge. You get that sense of self, you kind of get back in your body. But it's always important, man. You got to make a choice to be alone, right? When you're a large group of people and you feel lonely, it may be time to ask yourself if you have these kind of signs of loneliness, So even if you do spend, time by yourself, I'm guilty of that. I love spending time by myself. Too much alone time is just not good for you. And it's the same thing, with the effects, man. The longer you are alone, you're going to start being affected by it. Now, here's a little fact for you. If you are alone throughout long periods of time and you're, locked away and isolated, you have a risk of, high depression and some really bad things can happen to you, man. And it's something you gotta be emotionally. We're a species meant to be together. We're a species that is here to be collectively growing, man. And also, the loneliness can be good. You just got to find that balance, man. Balance is my key word. That's what Zen is all about, man. It's about finding that balance between giving yourself time to recharge or disassociating from everyone and everything you love and that love you, man. And then you got to find that balance, dude. That's all right, though. So, how do you know what the signs of loneliness are, man? It's like, hey, Ben, I don't know if I'm lonely. Maybe I'm lonely. Can you tell me the signs? Well, here are the signs, all right? You feel like you have a lack of connection, man. You feel like you can't connect with others. You can be surrounded by so many people, but you still feel alienated. You might feel like an alien, all right? Even when you're hanging out with a bunch of friends, you're kind of not there. Right? You feel isolated. You feel like you just can't connect, right? That lack of connection, man, it's so important. You feel like there's kind of a barrier between you and that person. And that's a telltale sign, man. So are you feeling that? Are you experiencing that? And also, man, let me know in the comments if there's something that is hitting you hard and that's hitting you that gets straight to that gut, to your bones, man. We can talk through it, man. That's why I'm here. This isn't just me just sharing a bunch of stuff, man. This is a conversation. So make sure you're in the chat. Make sure you're sharing, man. Even after the stream, man, just post in the comments. I love to, even make videos to your comments, man. Just ask. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to serve. So let me serve. That's what I'm here for. All right, so the next thing, you feel isolated, right? You just feel alone all the time. You're at work, you feel alone, you feel misunderstood, you feel like people don't get you. That's a tall tale sign, man. I'll tell you, I'll be the first one to admit, man, these are all things I've experienced firsthand, man. I know a thing or two about this. I felt so isolated and so alone. I felt like people didn't understand what was going on inside me. This was also during my spiritual awakening phase, man. But I didn't know what I was going through. I didn't know there was a spiritual awakening. what the hell is spiritual awakening? That sounds weird. It sounds like an Enya song or something, right? But that's what was happening. I just didn't understand it. But these are all the things that I was feeling. But the good news is you got to go through the shit if you want to get on the other side, man. And so I'm grateful that I got to experience these things because I became aware of what they were and I was able to transform and go on to the other side, right? All right, another thing, man. You have a difficulty being present, right? Do you feel like it's hard to engage with people, even to be friendly, making eye contact, just shooting the shit when you're at the Circle K, buying something and then, just asking someone how they are, man? That's usually a sign, man. It's difficult for you to be present, not just with people, just strangers, man, even with your loved ones, even with just people you generally care about, man. It's hard to be present with them. You're thinking you're at some space somewhere else, man, and it happens, man. It happens. But this is why we're addressing it, man. You feel antisocial? You feel like you're just, you feel cut off from people. You feel like no one cares about you. You feel that you pull away. That's tough, man. If you continue doing that and you keep going through these, these moments of feeling this isolation and loneliness, man, it affects you. And that well-being, your well-being is so important, man, because if you can't feel good about yourself and other people, how they are in your life, and you're constantly detaching yourself, you're disassociating yourself, you're like, there's got to be something better. Dude, it affects all areas of your life, man. It's like a game of dominoes, man. If that one domino is off, all the other dominoes start falling out of line, right? Your health, your wellness, your mental state, how you perform at work, how you perform at home, and all of that will then affect your finances. It'll affect your health. It will affect your relationships. It's like one thing is compartmentalized. It's like everything is like roots. It's like you're a tree, and all these roots of your well-being, of yourself. Let me put my hands up. All these roots are all intertwined, man. And you have to make sure that they're locked and loaded, man. And you got to be careful. You got to look at all aspects of your life, man, because one thing can mess up the whole ecosystem. Okay, the whole ecosystem. All right, enough of that. So here's some things that happens, man. If you actually prolong your loneliness and self-isolation, you start getting more fatigue. Your quality of sleep it suffers, man. You can't operate. You can't find that energy and vitality because you're constantly at a lower level, man. You're at a low vibrational frequency. All right? And that's why other people, you feed off each other. You feed off conversations. You feel off connection. And if you cut off, man, it's like losing circulation to your arm, man. You got to have that circulation. You start getting premature. Getting older, man. Premature aging, man. All that natural flow and all that stuff is being blocked. So your stress goes up. It gets heightened. Your cellular processes, man, inside your body, it starts creating that premature aging, man. You start getting more lines, more wrinkles. You get them crow's feet, man. You don't want those, right? I don't either. I hear you. And your immune system, dude, your immune system gets hit hard, man. You'll start getting sick more. You start not feeling good. You get the little tummy tums, just like it's just like upset stomach, diarrhea, all that stuff, man. And, your lifespan just gets shortened, man. You feel like you just have nothing to live for. Connection is everything for us, man. We're human beings having a collective experience, man. We're meant to be together. So this is what happens, man. So how do we deal with this? How do we address all of this stuff, man? How do we make sure that we don't fall in these traps? And if we are in these traps, how do we get out? How do we climb out of it? Well, the first thing you gotta do is you gotta examine your beliefs, man. What beliefs, what stories are you telling about yourself, man? Do I suck? No one likes me? I don't deserve friendship and connection? People don't get me and understand me? Are those the stories you're telling me? What stories are you telling yourself, man? Share. That's the first thing you gotta do, man. Be aware of all those limiting beliefs, all right? The next thing, you gotta start practicing, some self-care. Get some rituals going. They don't have to be crazy. Hell, watch my other stream, man. I talk about, Zen life hacks, man, that get a more Zen lifestyle. Just follow one of those things, man, and I'm a big believer in proof. So if you see things happening, the proof is in the pudding, man. Don't take my word for it. You try. All right? So you need to practice that self-care. You need to find the right mental fuel, man. You need to take in information that's inspiring, that's uplifting, watch funny movies, do some exercise, go outside, do some meditation, do some yoga. All these things are going to help combat. And the thing that we're trying to do is get out of your mind, because this is where all the beliefs are happening. These are all stories that you're telling yourself, and your head's going like a pretzel, is to get back in your body. Your body has an intelligence too, just like your mind, man. And if not, your body is more intelligent. Your body's doing things in the background that you have no concept of, man. That's how powerful your body is. Now, another thing you can do is give back, man. The secret to getting something is to give it. So if you are feeling lonely, find someone who you feel is lonely and be there for them. The more that you're there and you show up for other people, the more people will show up for you, man. It's the law of reciprocity, man. You be there for someone and they'll be there for you, man. You give and you will receive. It's a constant, it's a flow, man. It's an energetic flow that we're all being part of. It's a transaction, right? Now, I'm not saying be transactional. I'm just saying be conscious of how energy is a transactional process, okay? And the biggest thing too, man, is like, think about all the things you're grateful for. I mean, it may be tough in the beginning because you feel like ass and you're just like, I don't have nothing to be grateful for. But dude, be grateful for the little things, man. Be grateful for the house you have. Be grateful for the breath of air you're breathing. Be grateful for the food you just ate. Be grateful for that hamburger that you got at McDonald's that some pimple teenager made for you, man. It doesn't have to be huge, man. It doesn't have to be these life-altering moments to be grateful for, man. And it's more importantly the everyday things that are the biggest things to be grateful for. Because we take the everyday for granted, man. Breathing, drinking, shelter, all those things, man. Family. Be grateful for your family, man. And maybe you don't have a spouse and children, but maybe you have some animals, man. Family is a pretty broad spectrum of what that means, man. A family can just be a community. All right? Family is important. So even if you are isolated and there's no one to connect with, there are people that want to connect with you. But you have to change that mindset, man. And it all comes down to self-worth, man. How do you view yourself? All right? And the way that you view things is because of how you ultimately view yourself, man. Life is a mirror. And you'll only see the things. How am I supposed to say this, man? It's like on the tip of my tongue. It's like life is a mirror. You'll only see the things that you see about yourself, right? It's a constant dialogue, man. It's like you're constantly, think of yourself like a projector, right? Like a movie projector. You're projecting everything you believe, and then you right back experience it, and you're creating like a loop, right? So what I'm asking you to do is to take out that film, put it in something else, and project that, and see how that works for you, man. We're constantly creating, we're constantly experiencing. There's a dichotomy of life, man, just like black and white, and yin and yang. There's projecting and intaking, right? We're constantly doing it always with our consciousness, man. And all reality is, man, is we're all agreeing on a reality. We're all agreeing this is how life is. Whether you're aware of it or not, it's all subconscious. But what I'm asking you to do is to bring consciousness and awareness that that's how your pain, that's how your isolation, that's how your belief systems, that's how you experience life, man. And so we can start shifting that in you. We can start making some monumental change. So thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I had a great time being here with you. It was a lot of fun. I love doing these live streams, man. You like them? Let me know that you like them, because I've thoroughly enjoyed them. So I think that's it. If you want more of this, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you do all the things, you know what I mean? It's annoying saying all that stuff, man, but I just want to make sure you know that I'm here for you, man. This is what it's all about. I do love what I do, and I do appreciate you being here with me. I hope you have a kick-ass day. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.